I funk things up. I'm Big Sam from Big Sam's Funky Nation, straight out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Big Sam's Funky Nation is a mix between all of your New Orleans favorites from Allen Toussaint, the Meters, Never Brothers, Dr. Joan, mixed with some Mars Day and the Time, Prince, Gap Band, P-Funk. We have all of those different flavors in our style. Come and check us out. You're in for a good time. What originally attracted me to the funk was the Dirty Dozen Brass Band. The first album that I ever heard of theirs was called Ears to the Wall. And it was their funk album. It had keyboards, it had electric bass, had a full drum kit, guitar. It was pretty funky, you know. And I was like, man, I was 15 when I heard it, and I said, man, I'm gonna play with this band one day or have my own band like it. Although we knew Feet Can't Fail Me Now and those hits, my first real introduction as a musician to the Dirty Dozen Brass Band was their Ears to the Wall album. And that was my first introduction to funk. The most complicated part is not being able to have a huge band to have all of the backup vocals that I need when needed, you know. So if I'm singing a part and my trumpet player, the Fessa, he would back me up, you know, but I would still be singing it with him while I'm singing lead. One at the Funky Butt back in the day, if y'all don't know about the Funky Butt, then y'all as the youngsters, y'all don't know what's happening. Yeah, it was on Rampart. That was a cool club. All of the cats used to hang out there, and that's where we got our first start, at the Funky Butt. So that was very hip for us to be able to play there, because you had cats like Winton, a whole host of cats playing there. Nicholas Payton, a bunch of bad cats. So we got our foot in the door from playing at the Funky Butt. And then there was a festival. The first festival we did in the city that I recall was called MoFest. And Scott Aegis put it on. It was a festival set for a lot of local talent to showcase what they do, you know. It was right where French Quarter Fest is now. And we showed out and we had a good time. We were all in the crowd dancing and playing with them. So I would say that was one of the most notable performances ever, just because it was everybody's introduction to the nation. I came up with Po Chop because I wanted to just incorporate all things New Orleans, bounce, second line, and the funk. Combine all of those ingredients together and make Po Chop. It was a popular saying back in the day, in early bounce. It was give me what you got for a Po Chop. And I said, well, show me what you got for a Po Chop. You did. And people requested all the time. It's Po Chop and Funky Donkey. People want to hear all the time. So now on a live show, we just put those two songs together, call the ladies up and have a good time with that, you know. Hey, some show the fellas get up too. I'm like, hey, we're not going to discriminate. We're going to let you do your thing too. You want to show them what's happening? Hey, show them what you got, bro. No problem. I actually grew up 6 blocks from TIPITINA'S in the 12th Ward. I didn't know it was TIPITINA'S back at that time. You know, I got started in music pretty late, for a New Orleans musician. Tips is great. I performed there a bunch of times, at least, 3 or 4 times a year I get it in. I've been doing a Christmas show over there as well. So to be back for I know it's the Free Fridays, but I call it the back to school jam, because I'm always in there around the time kids are coming back to school. It's always a great time when we turn up. It's always lit. I'm honored to be able to play in that venue, especially now under new ownership as well. So, and they've done a great job with the place too, so I dig it. What's happening? It's your boy Big Sam from Big Sam's Funky Nation. I'm hanging out here with Offbeat, baby. You heard me? Come and get it.